Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for a new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa and today's topic is going to be good news headed your way. So I really wanted to do a reading that was really just more focused on light and happy things, and so I thought, what's more exciting than receiving some sort of positive news or information? So if this is something you guys are feeling into, definitely keep on watching. What I'm going to be doing in this reading is just getting some insight into what this positive news is that's headed your way, and I will be channeling some time frames toward the ending of each pile so that you can get a roundabout guesstimation of when it might head your way, when it's coming in for you. So keep in mind, guys, this is a general reading, so not every message within a specific pile may resonate with your situation. If you are viewing the reading and you feel like it's not resonating with your situation, then chances are this is not the reading for you. You may need to select a different pile, or there's always a chance that there's not a specific message for you in today's video, which is totally normal. Also, keep in mind with this being a predictive style reading that the future is always changing and it's not set in stone. So with this being a more future oriented or predictive style reading, if you guys see something predicted out for you that you don't feel super excited about, or it's not really the good news that you were wanting to hear, just keep in mind that you have free will to create your own future in whatever way that you desire. So never feel like you're stuck with anything that a tarot reading says about the future. All right, let's go ahead and get into our deck selection. Today, something told me that we needed to do 4 piles, so we are going to be doing 4 groups today. Starting on the left-hand side, we've got some amethyst here with the Mermaid Tarot. For pile 2, we have some selenite with the Field Tarot. For pile 3, we have the Light Seers Tarot with some pyrite. And for pile number 4, we have the Forest of Enchantment Tarot with some rose quartz. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about good news headed your way. Select the deck or crystal you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, scroll down to the description box below where you can locate the timestamp for your chosen reading. See y'all there. Hello there, pile 1. If you guys picked out this amethyst crystal with the Mermaid Tarot, we are going to go ahead and jump right into your reading. So, good news headed your way. We are going to begin here with an oracle deck, and what I'm going to be channeling here is sort of the overall energy surrounding this news. So, essentially this entire reading is just us kind of identifying what the good news is and how it may impact your life, small, large, however. And as I was mentioning in the intro, you guys, if you're getting into this reading and it feels like it really doesn't resonate with your situation, you may need to choose a different pile. And there's always a possibility, too, that there's not a specific message for you in this video today. So just keep that in mind as well. I know most of you guys are super lovely and you understand that, but not everyone does. So, all right, let's go ahead and see. So overall energy around this good news coming in for pile number 1. Okay, we've got 2 coming out. So we have the pink, what does it say? The pink Gari, it says courageous sexuality, and then we have burgundy, passions and sex. Okay, so we have a little theme coming out here for you, group 1. For some of you guys, this good news could be centered around a romantic relationship of some sort. For others of you, this good news could be just simply talking about your passions, right? Because we have this beautiful kind of like orangey card here. I know that it says that it's pink, but it's making me kind of think about your sacral chakra. So this could have something to do with your, like this news could be something that kind of sparks your creativity, or this news could be something that kind of sparks your sexual energy. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube or not. I know like every platform is weird with stuff like that, but it could be some sort of news that kind of sparks this passion within you. Interesting. So let's continue. I'm going to go ahead and actually, before we get into your tarot cards, I want to do, no, actually, we'll do your tarot cards first. Sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. All right, so for pile one, what is this good news that's coming in for group one? Positive news coming in for group one. Like, either way, it definitely feels as though you guys are excited when this news comes in. And maybe something about this news is pushing you to be courageous in a way. I'm getting that as well. Okay, so we have a King of Pentacles. A King of Swords reversed. So two kings. The Chariot card, so super focused. I think should we pull one more? The Wheel of Fortune. And the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely a curiosity. So the cool thing about pages is that pages literally can represent messengers, right? Receiving a message. So in this case, receiving news. So I definitely see this as the messenger of the news. And with this being Pentacles related and you guys having some Pentacles coming up here in your tarot cards, I feel like this good news could potentially be centered around your career or your finances for sure. Like some sort of new offer or new opportunity that's coming in for you, or just something specifically related to that area of life, okay? So I'm definitely seeing here that this news is going to be bringing in some changes for you, pile number one. We have the Chariot card with the Wheel of Fortune here, and the Wheel of Fortune is talking about things changing, and I feel like changing in your favor, changing for the better, right? Wheel of Fortune in the upright is a very favorable card to get, but it does, for me, kind of symbolize like fast, rapid change. So maybe for some of you guys, this news that's coming in might be a little bit unexpected, or if it is something you've been expecting, then you can expect things to take off really, really quickly, especially with this Chariot card here being in the upright. So this might really feel like this is destined news, like this news that you're getting is pushing you toward your destiny, your soul's path, whatever it is that you're destined to be doing. And I think for others of you, this is just about feeling like finally the universe is on my side, right? And the Chariot card is saying, again, there's a lot of movement here around this good news. So for some of you guys, this news may require you to move or travel. I also feel for a lot of you guys, This could also just be talking about you guys achieving a goal or a victory of some sort, because the Chariot card is all about like when we have our sights set on something and we work really hard and we are driven and motivated to get to that finish line, to get to that end goal. So there's a possibility here that this is something that's going to make you feel like you're very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to make you feel victorious in a sense. But the thing I'm noticing here, just looking at this Chariot card, is it almost looks like these two are sort of putting the harness on their little seahorse here. So it feels more like that when this good news comes in, it's sort of like, okay, like buckle up, get ready, because we're about to zoom off into our future. Like that's the energy that I'm getting here. You guys also have some kings here, one in the upright and one in the reverse. So it feels like with this good news that it may come in the form, again, of like career, finances, something to do with that, because you guys had a lot of pentacles here. And the King of Pentacles is like that very stable, secure energy. This could also depict the person that's giving you guys the news. So it's like, this could be like a fatherly figure in your life, or just some sort of really stable masculine energy in your life. It could be like a boss, something along those lines. But this is a really, really good sign, because it's like, this is telling me that this good news that's headed your way, pile one, is definitely not leaving you lacking in money or lacking in stability or lacking in security. Like it feels really, really positive. And again, there's a lot of excitement around this. Now this King of Swords reverse is interesting. It's like, I almost feel like, because the King of Swords is, in this deck, it's like a very cold, look, let me pull it up so you guys can see it. It's like a very cold energy, right? It's a very cold, analytical, logical type of energy. And I feel like with it coming up in reverse, especially with all of these more passionate, kind of like fun cards, it's almost like, I don't know if you guys are just kind of like not, like you're dropping any sort of coldness or releasing any sort of like really overly analytical nature that you may have had around whatever this is, and just kind of like going for it. Does that make sense? So anyway, let's move into some of our next cards. So we're going to use this Earth Magic Oracle deck next and just get a little bit more context here. But this is looking awesome, you guys. Definitely a lot of movement that this news is bringing in. Some of you guys might even feel like, is this logical for me to do with that King of Swords reverse? Maybe you guys are more logical. I didn't mention this, but for signs, we have air signs and earth signs, and we have Cancer here with the Chariot. So that may apply to some of you guys. So what is this good news coming through for my group 1 viewers? We have Sanctuary, so that stability energy coming through really strong. You know, like the Sanctuary is talking about having a place where you feel safe, secure, protected, a place that is like your peace in a sense. And so I feel like you guys are getting peace. This can also talk about like a living situation for some of you guys, I feel, because when I think of a sanctuary, I think of like your home in a sense, like your home being your sanctuary, which would make a lot of sense with all these more like stability needs coming through. We also have the Ocean, ebb and flow. Okay, so that makes sense with the Wheel of Fortune coming in too. So I think that there's a little bit of, there's like an element here of still needing to be a little bit flexible with this news, because the Ocean card, the ebb and flow, is sort of talking about like the tide comes in, the tide goes out. Like things are flexible and things are still in motion. Things are still slightly changing and not completely set in stone with regard to this news, okay? So you guys may need to kind of go with the flow. I do feel though that this is bringing you stability eventually, but I think that the movement piece might have you guys feeling like it might feel a little hectic, or it might be, there might be just a lot of emotion that you guys have around this as well, because with the Ocean, you know, being our water energy, you know, the water is definitely, you know, talking about our emotional state, how we're feeling about things. And so there might be like some mixed feelings that you guys have about this at first. But I do think that ultimately it's bringing you to where you want to be, or at least feels like it is bringing you some sort of stability. There just might be a little bit of a marathon or a sprint before you get there. So let's continue. What is this good news coming in for group 1? Did you guys see that? I feel like that's what's going on here. It's like a new opportunity. Okay. So we've got past life connection. Someone with heavy influence from a past life is with you. This is cool. So this could, you know, I was talking about how this might be a person of significance in your life supporting you through this or delivering this news. Sometimes I think of past life connections more in the romantic sense, and that could be the case for some of you guys, but I do feel like for a lot of you guys, this really feels more like news pertaining to your goals, okay? And the past life connection is talking about that there's somebody here with you in the mix here. Like maybe you guys have a partner or just someone here that is supporting you that you may have a past life contract with. So it's almost like this destined, kind of like divinely guided person, maybe either delivering this news or being a part of this plan, which is really cool. Divine timing, everything has a higher purpose. And I think that's what you may be realizing with this good news that's coming your way. let's see. Let's get a couple more here. So we're going to use this little Archer's Discernment Oracle deck by my friend Psychic Goddess Erica. I'll have her channel link below where you guys can find out where to purchase if you're curious. What is this good news? We have around or in summer, so you guys got a time frame already. So there could be summertime, could be a significant time frame for you. Kind of makes sense. We have Cancer energy here, which typically falls, which depending on where you live, it falls around the summertime, that July, late June, July time frame. We have psychic predictions. So this is, you guys have a lot about kind of like intuition and divine timing and things of that nature. So I think that as you're kind of leading up to this change that's coming through for you, you want to kind of just be leaning into your intuition, leaning into your psychic gifts and abilities. Maybe somebody has predicted this for you and you've been waiting for this prediction to come to fruition. Kind of makes sense with this amethyst crystal that you guys picked. Let's get one more and then we'll channel some more time frames for you guys. Organization, purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. Yeah, I think that this is something, when you guys get this news, it's pushing you to kind of get your ducks in a row. Remember we were talking about like how they're harnessing up that chariot, you know, that little seahorse. So I think that when you guys receive it, it's going to feel really exciting. And I think you guys realize that this news is something that can potentially push you into where you're wanting to go. You also have new beginnings at the bottom of the deck, right? So getting organized is going to be really important as you prepare for this movement that's coming in for you. So let's close you guys out. We'll just pull like one or two of these time frames. I know you guys already got around or in summer, so that's definitely channeling for some of you guys. Keep in mind with the time frames, you guys, these are general. So, you know, it may not be the specific time for all of you watching this, but maybe for some of you it is. Just kind of look at this as giving you a roundabout guesstimation based off of the current energy. And this video is timeless, so keep that in mind as well. No matter when you're watching it, these time frames could apply for you. July, look at that. Goes right in line with that summer energy that we were getting. Let's get one more for pile one. We have morning, so maybe this is the kind of cool because I feel like you guys have the morning, like the sun is rising here with that ocean card. Maybe you guys are moving to the ocean. I don't know. I feel like that could be a thing for some of you, moving to like the beach area, which would be amazing. All right, group one, we're going to close this reading out, but I would love to hear from you in the comments how you feel like it resonates. What news are you expecting? What do you think this could potentially be referring to in your life? If you're not already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you all for watching and have a great one. Bye. Hey there, pile two. If you guys picked out this beautiful selenite palm stone with the Field Tarot, we are going to go ahead and see what good news will be headed your way very soon. So I'm going to start by channeling this, just kind of like the energy around this news headed your way, using this color Mage Oracle. So we're just gonna be doing like, I'm gonna use a lot of tarot and oracle in this reading. And what we'll be doing is just kind of finding out the details of this potential good news so that you guys can kind of figure out what it might mean for you. Always keep in mind too, you guys, I have to disclaim this. If you're getting into the reading and it really doesn't feel as though it resonates with your situation, there's always a possibility that this may not be your pile. So you may want to select a different pile, or there's also always a possibility that there's just simply not a message for you in today's reading. Sometimes that happens too, and that would be totally normal. So just, you know, if it doesn't resonate, just let it go. All right, so for group two, let's see, what good news is headed your way? we have the wise owl. It says inner wisdom and foresight. We also have the desert sand. Awaken your creativity. So this feels, you guys also have alchemy at the bottom, which says transformation. So this news is pushing you toward changing something in your life. It's transformative news in a sense. Whether the news itself is instant transformation or it just maybe pushes you toward changing something, that's kind of the energy I'm picking up on here. This feels deep and reflective for a lot of you. Especially with this wise owl energy coming up, it's like something about receiving this message. It's either coming from a really wise, helpful source, perhaps somebody who's really experienced, someone that you really respect, a mentor of sorts, or it's pushing you to dig deeper within yourself, to sort of like, I'm getting like, dig deep within yourself to unpack the things you've already learned and apply them to the current situation at hand whenever the news comes in. So that's kind of interesting for someone out there. I don't know. I'm just saying what's coming to mind. But you also have the desert sand here. This is saying awaken your creativity. So this news may spark some sort of creative energy within you as well. It may even be pushing you to come up with a more creative solution to what's going on in your life. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards, just kind of see what other messages come through here. So for group 2, give us more about this good news coming in for them. So we have a 6 of Pentacles, okay. We have an Ace of Pentacles in reverse, okay. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And 8 of Cups reversed. 2 of Wands reversed at the bottom. So yes, this news that you guys are receiving is definitely like, it's pushing you to make a choice, because the Queen of Wands in reverse, the 2 of Wands in reverse kind of talks about like, when it's upright, it kind of talks about like being in a place of exploration, but a little bit of an indecision, like an indecisive energy as well. So when we see it here in the reverse, this is sort of like the universe saying, okay, you're getting this news. It's time now to make a decision. It's time now to make a choice. Whatever that decision is will be different pertaining, depending on your specific situation. So with the 6 of Pentacles in the upright here, this is beautiful because this is specifically highlighting generosity. So this good news that is coming your way, I feel this could be financial in nature to some of you guys. You're getting support through this news. So this could be financial support, emotional support, but there's someone here, an entity here, something in your life that is like coming along with with this news is coming. This news is bringing in support is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, that was like really messy the way that I said it. And I feel like there could potentially be an untapped opportunity here for some of you guys. It's like the Ace of Pentacles being in the reverse is like usually when there is like feeling like we've lost an opportunity or we don't really have, there's not really potential for something. But because you guys also have the Queen of Wands in reverse, I'm wondering if when you receive this news that maybe you guys might be feeling like you're in a little bit of a funk creatively, or in a little bit of a funk just with your energy levels, your vitality, your leadership, things like that. And so I kind of, going back to this wise owl, it almost feels like whomever is bringing you this news is bringing with this generous support, which is going to help you guys to kind of tap back into your amazing, like, creative, vibrant self again. Because you guys have the Eight of Cups here. So it's like there's sort of a situation here at the time of this news being presented that may have run its course. It's like you're still stuck in it, you're still in it, and it's not really emotionally fulfilling for you. And I do think that it's been taking a toll on you guys. You don't seem to feel as much like your amazing selves like you typically do. And so it's possible that you may not be seeing this potential opportunity that's like right here next to you because you're just not really your best self maybe when the time of this news comes, or maybe not believing in yourself. So the generosity piece I think is going to help support you. Like I definitely feel that you guys will be like financially taken care of in a sense, and supported. So, but through this support is pushing you to awaken and change course a little bit, I feel. So let's continue. I want to get some more insight here into what this good news is. I wanted this to be good, all good and rainbows and sunshine, but you guys know how it works. It doesn't always, Spirit doesn't always present it that way. So let's continue. What is this good news happening for my pile twos coming up here in the future? We have love, compassion. Oh, yes. There is definitely love. Like there's someone here that really loves you. Like I was saying, it's like a mentor, a family member, someone in your life who has a lot of compassion and empathy for you and who is here to support you. This also could be love-related news for some of you, something to do with your love life. Although I'm getting more like situational, like it almost feels more like work or personal stuff going on, but you know, you guys take it how it resonates for you. This is compassionate news. We also have dance, celebration. So this is kind of going back to like awakening your creativity. Like there's something about receiving this news that feels really exciting. It's sparking you to maybe like regain your groove back a little bit. You guys have been stuck in a rut a little bit. And this news will definitely be something to celebrate is what I feel. You guys also have music here at the bottom of the deck, which it's kind of interesting that we've got dance and we have music here. So maybe this news is like music related, dance related, like creative related. I keep saying that, but I also feel for some of you guys, this could involve other people, like your tribe, quote unquote, like something to do with the people around you that you share common ground with. So that's beautiful to see. So yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like this is news worth celebrating for sure. You guys just may not be, I just keep getting that you've maybe leading up to this, you've been maybe a little stuck in something and it's making you feel like you're just not feeling as cute as you normally do when you get this news. Let's continue. We have declutter. Let go of old items. Create a new sacred space for yourself. Okay. Yeah, because like, I think that this is pushing you guys into something new because that Eight of Cups, I just keep going back to that. This is sort of like when we've stayed in something past its expiration date and we keep maybe doing the same thing over and over again and it's not really changing. It's not bringing us any sense of fulfillment. And really when this Eight of Cups is reversed, we may need to kind of stick it out, but then at some point you kind of have to move on too. So we have success. It's time to shine. Success from what you pour your heart into. This is interesting because you guys also have the heart coming up here with compassion. So definitely I feel that this good news is pushing you to be successful. I think that's what this news is. It just feels like a push. You guys have rest at the bottom of the deck. Listen to your body mentally and physically unwind, which makes sense with that Queen of Wands reversed. Maybe you guys have been getting maybe you guys have just been stressed, and this news is coming in to provide a little bit of a reprieve for you. But there definitely is this energy of needing to let go of something, finally maybe walk away from something so that you can fully move forward into this celebratory energy that's trying to reach you. Let's continue. Romantic vibes. Yes. So this could be love life related for some of you guys. And that declutter energy can be talking about releasing old connections, old energies related to love. Romantic vibes doesn't always have to mean love life though. It can also just be, it can be talking about this news is bringing in, it's something you love being communicated with this news, something that you feel in alignment with being communicated with this news, something you feel passionately about, right? Let's see. Career change. That's what I was getting. That's what I was getting. It definitely feels like this is sort of the end of an era for some of you guys with career. But you are supported. You are going to be okay when the news comes in. Maybe this is a change that you haven't been totally ready for, but it's coming. And I do see that you will be feeling pretty excited about it. And it's bringing success for you, group 2. So let's go ahead and grab one of these guys here, and then we'll close it out with your time frames. We have trust. I am safe, I am secure. In love I trust, my faith endures. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, you guys, change is never easy. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. It's even though there's a lot of happy vibes and exciting vibes around this change, I do think that there's something about it that might feel a little bit uncomfortable for you, or you may just not feel totally secure with it yet. And that's totally fine. But the trust card is basically just saying that you guys are going to be taken care of. You're going to be okay. Tapping into your faith may be helpful for you at this point. And, tapping into your love of self and love for others, this compassion energy may also help you as well. It definitely feels, because I'm really being drawn to this number 31 right here, which reduces down to a 4. I know I haven't touched on any of the other numbers here, but this one's really standing out to me. And number 4s have to do with our stability. So it's there's something about your foundation that is changing with this potential career change news that you're getting. So let's see for you guys, pile 2, when you may expect this change to come in for you. This one's coming out evening. I'm going to put this back because I feel like it just kind of randomly flopped out. Let's see. So we have Cancer season being highlighted here. So this is the summertime. Well, where I live, it would be the summertime, but Cancer season would be June, late June into July time frame. Let's see. Let's get one more. We have new moon. So I would check to see when new moons are coming up just in general, because it could, for some of you guys, it could be this time frame. For others of you, it could be just any new moon of significance. if there is a new moon during Cancer season, I would say that this is likely when the news is coming in. Okay, and you guys also have 1 year from now at the bottom of the deck. So this could, for some of you guys, be a little bit further out in time that you receive this news for some. So we're going to go ahead and close it out there, group 2, but please drop me a comment down below and let me know how this reading resonates with your situation. Let me know if you are expecting news or not, what you think this could be communicating about with regard to your life. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in a new one really soon. Bye. Hello there, pile number 3. If you guys picked out the Light Seers Tarot with this beautiful pyrite stone, we are going to go ahead and see what good news may be headed your way. So we are going to start off your reading by channeling the overall energy of this news, okay? So really, essentially, this entire reading is just going to be me, like, describing potentially what this news is and how it will impact your life as well. Please keep in mind, you guys, I've been just kind of giving this polite disclaimer in all of my piles here. If it feels like the reading isn't resonating with you, it probably isn't for you, okay? You may need to either choose another pile or be open to the possibility that there just may not be a message for you in today's video. That's totally normal. It's totally okay. If it doesn't resonate, just let it go. All right, so for group 3, let's go ahead and see what this news is. This green card keeps coming up. I keep seeing it as I'm shuffling. It's talking about power and legacy. So I do think for some of you guys, this good news is talking about something to do with your long-term future and maybe the way that you want to be perceived or seen by others. So we have the blush card coming up with cheerful love. And we have memory, impressions. Ooh. Interesting. Well, that's taking us in a new direction. I do feel for some of you guys, this news may have to do with a loved one or someone that you have a past with, like an old friend, an old romantic relationship, fling or something like that. Especially with the memory card coming up here, talking about impressions. So it's like there's something about the past that I feel is being highlighted with this news for you guys. But it feels, I mean, this is good news is what I'm asking about. So the blush card with cheerful love is definitely saying that this is positive news. This is something welcomed. So if this is talking about a person from the past, I do feel like this is news that you are going to be welcoming in. It doesn't feel like something like dramatic and silly or, you know, anything like that. But definitely, if it doesn't have to do with another person, then I do feel that this news, this good news, is something that is very exciting and cheerful, but also something that's going to leave a long-lasting impression on you for years to come, which kind of ties back into that legacy card that was showing itself at the bottom of the deck. Okay. All right, so let's see. For group 3, getting some clarity here. What is this news? Ugh. Positive news headed their way. I don't know why I'm having trouble shuffling this deck. All right, so we've got a Queen of Wands, fire energy coming up. We have a Four of Swords in reverse. We have a Hierophant card in reverse. And we have a Five of Wands in reverse. Look at this, 10 of Swords at the bottom. So I feel like this news is coming in for you maybe after you guys have experienced an ending in your life. Whether this is an ending of a relationship or just an ending with anything in general, it definitely feels like this good news is, it's almost like coming in at the right time to give you sort of like a fresh perspective, or maybe like hope for the future is what I'm getting as well. And with this Five of Wands in reverse, it definitely feels like this news is bringing in the end of a time of conflict in your life, a time of challenge in your life. This news may, with the Hierophant card reversed, I am kind of still getting a little bit of like a past romantic partner vibe coming up with this, because I think of like with the Hierophant reversed, I kind of think of like a divorce, like, or a break, like someone from the past that you used to be in a relationship with, but you broke up, that kind of thing. I don't know. But the other thing I'm getting with that Hierophant card reverse is that this news feels like it's coming from an unconventional place, right? The Hierophant card usually talks about traditions, right? And usually it's about kind of like sticking within the framework of how society says we do things, that we should do things. So with it being reversed, I do get a little bit of like unconventional vibes with this news. But it definitely feels like there is a lot of excitement and a lot of passion when you guys receive this news with this Queen of Wands in the upright here. This may spark a lot of creative energy within you, or just make you feel really good, really vibrant, filled with vitality. And I'm really being drawn to the black cat here. So this may also feel like kind of a stroke of good luck for a lot of you, potentially bringing you out of a period of rest, or a period of like, you know, Four of Swords in reverse is kind of like when we feel like we have to like just take a break from it all, you know what I mean, and rest our energy. I also think too, again, I'm a little bit getting this love life message for some of you guys, because in this Four of Swords, you see how she's kind of like taken her heart and put it off to the side, right? Like she's kind of resting her heart in a sense, almost like disconnected from it for a little while. So it's like with it being reversed, it's kind of like you're reconnecting with your heart again, whether this means through like a potential love interest, or just the good news itself is pushing you guys to feel more love in your life in general. With, you know, it's talking about cheerful love here. So let's continue. We're going to pull some of these cards. What is this new good news coming up for pile 3? We have ceremony, invocation. Okay. Interesting. We also have love. There's a lot of love coming up, you guys. And you do have release at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, it definitely feels like this is coming after a period of conflict in your life, or just maybe a period of burnout. It's like this good news is definitely like highlighting the theme of love, specifically compassion. Both of these cards here are looking really magical to me as well. You notice how the Queen of Wands has this like magic within the palm of her hand, this creative, beautiful, passionate energy. And then here with invocation, we have this woman kind of like participating in a ceremony. It looks like she has like a crystal grid here. She might be like setting some intentions, programming her crystals. We have a snake here, which is rebirth as well. You know, shedding the skin of old to being able to welcome in the new, growth, right? So let's continue. I do think that for some of you guys, like this good news could be something that you've been manifesting in as well. So whether this is a love interest of a specific person, or just a love interest in general. And that could make sense with that Hierophant card reverse too, because usually in the early stages of dating, we're not like in a commitment just yet, right? We're still getting to know each other. But either way, even if it's not about love, you guys have been manifesting this, is what it feels. Divine timing. Everything has a higher purpose. Yes. And it's this This good news is coming in divine timing. It definitely feels like you guys have been calling this in for a little while, whatever this is. We have confession. Ooh, releasing a secret, pursuing virtue through honesty. Well, that's interesting for some of you guys. Perhaps this good news that's coming in for you is somebody from the past finally being honest with you about something that they weren't honest about in the past. It doesn't have to be anything like bad. It could literally just mean like maybe this person had feelings for you all along, but they were too scared to say it. It could be something like that, you know? But take it how it resonates for your situation. That's kind of cool. Definitely feels like someone is telling you something of truth here that is welcome and exciting for you. New place, new environment. Okay. Love that for you. So something about this good news is also pushing you out of the conventional. It's pushing you out of your comfort zone. That makes a lot of sense with that Hierophant card reversed. This could be a new job for some of you guys. Oop. We have low importance. Okay. So maybe for some of you guys, this news that's coming up for you isn't necessarily like pushing you into some kind of like grand changes in your life. Look, we have fun at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's like this feels more like a time of like whatever this good news is something fun for you, something light, something that's providing you energy, like creative energy and spark and excitement in your life. It might not be news that's super like consequential. Does that make sense? Like some of our other piles that we've had have been more like big news coming in. Not all good news has to be like major life-changing news, you guys. So let's see. We're gonna pull one of these cards, and then I'm gonna close it out with some time frames for you. Okay. We have imagination. This says, imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense with this like Queen of Wands, with that creative energy that she has going here. So this may be something that really sparks your imagination and brings you a lot of joy. This also is kind of talking about those themes of creativity, you know, maybe like a creative solution to a potential problem, something along those lines. So let's see for pile 3 when this good news is potentially coming in for you as the energy stands today. Keep in mind, you guys, this is general, so it may not necessarily be the same timing for everyone watching this, but this can at least give you a little bit of like a roundabout time. So we have 1 to 3 months from now. So whenever you guys are viewing this, 1 to 3 months from now is when this news is coming in. Let's get one more. And we have October. So October is being highlighted for some of you guys. All right. So we're going to go ahead and close it out there, pile 3, but please let me know how this reading resonated in the comments down below. What news do you feel like this is pertaining to in your life? I would love to hear. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in a new one really soon. Bye. Hello there, pile 4. If you guys picked out this beautiful rose quartz palm stone with the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, this is going to be your reading where we're going to look into what good news is potentially headed your way. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Starting off, we are going to channel kind of like the overall energy surrounding this good news using the Color Mage Oracle. And just so you guys know, I've been giving this disclaimer in every pile. As we're getting into this reading, if it doesn't resonate with you, then there's probably just not a message here for you, okay? You may want to choose a different pile or be open to the possibility that there just simply may not be a message for you in today's reading. That's always possible too. So if it doesn't apply, let it fly. All right, so let's go ahead and see. for my my group 4 viewers. What good news is headed their way? So we have the Ghostland, forgetfulness. Well, that's interesting. Let's see. We also have the Firefly, illumination. Okay. I feel like this good news is, I feel like this is kind of about like getting clarification on something that you guys might have forgotten about. Or getting clarification on maybe like a person, place, or situation that you thought was like, had died off in your life in a sense. Because I'm getting with the Ghostland card that there's been something in your life that maybe you've like abandoned or walked away from, or maybe this situation kind of left you out in the cold in some way. And so it was like dried up and you just forgot about it. But with the Firefly coming in saying illumination, it's like, I think that this is having some sort of resurgence in your life where now you're going to get some sort of either positive, like this is about positive news. So there's definitely positive news about this, but also clarity coming in as well. So let's go in with your tarot and let's get some clarification on what this good news is for my beautiful pile 4 viewers. What is this good news? Okay, so we have the Devil, which in this deck is the Liar, which is interesting. We've got a 2 of Swords reversed. We have a 10 of Pentacles. And we have a 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands at the bottom. So there's definitely like an energy of like, if this is talking about a person, this could be someone that's at a distance from you. If this is talking about like a situation, because you guys have a lot of Pentacles here. So this feels like it could be like a work-related situation for some of you guys that maybe you've been manifesting or planning out for a little while. Because 3 of Wands typically talks about we've been planning something. We've been organizing ourselves, looking ahead into the future, that type of thing. Okay, so what is this good news? I definitely feel for some of you all that, so we have a lot of Pentacles energy coming up here. The 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. So this feels like news that could potentially involve maybe other people in your life, more than one person for some of you guys. 10 of Pentacles specifically talks about family. So this could be talking about something to do with your family. Or if not your family, your personal legacy that you're leaving behind. Because there's a lot of people here. It's like family, there's children here, there's a little dog here. And something about this is having to do with teamwork and collaboration. So this could be family related again, or this could be talking about like your colleagues and your coworkers. I feel like this good news is maybe coming in at a time with this Devil card here. It's like the Devil card talks of like indulgences. It talks of like kind of indulging in things that we know like we shouldn't, but we just like love it so much because it brings us like that instant gratification, like that instant fulfillment. So to give you guys like a silly example, this could just be like, okay, I love indulging in like reality TV or something. But like ultimately, you know that indulging in reality TV is like maybe not the healthiest for your mental health, maybe in some instances. Or this could be like, I'm indulging in chocolate cake because it's so good. It tastes so good, but I know it doesn't like match my health goals. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like that's the energy of the devil. So it's not always like a bad thing. Like, I think there is an aspect of this good news that's providing you with some indulgence here. But I also think, because also with the 10 of Pentacles, this looks like a party scene. You know, like there's something about that going on here in this scenario. But the Devil card is also kind of telling me that perhaps when you guys receive this news, you could be in a situation or dealing with a person that maybe isn't serving you in your highest good, and you're starting to awaken to these things, specifically because we have the Liar here. You know what I mean? Like, there definitely seems to be some sort of attachment with this news, attachment to someone that might not be the best for you. But the Two of Challenges in reverse is saying that, like, you guys are trying to, like, move away from that. You've made a decision. You've done some self-reflection. You've looked in the mirror. Maybe you've been in a stalemate for a long time with regard to this energy, and now you're finally saying, like, okay, nope, it's time to move on. It's interesting because it's like this half of your reading here feels a little bit more dark, whereas this half of your reading feels a lot more light. So it's almost like maybe this good news could be shining a light on some areas in your life that need change, you guys, and really helping to push you forward into kind of like working out problems or your literal work, your career, your finances. It's like it's illuminating something in your life that's freeing you of patterns or situations or people that are no longer serving you. So, wow, I've rambled on for a long time. So let's move into the next deck. Now we're going to look at these Earth Magic Oracle cards. So what is this good news happening for pile 4? We have Synergy, the Green Man. Yes, so this is kind of like everything in your life is starting to come together with that synergy. It's like things are finally flowing. Things are finally moving in sync, in a synced up way with this good news. Things are coming together. We also have movement. Yes, the river. So this good news is pushing, it's propelling you forward in a really positive direction. That's what I see here. Because the Devil card, like I was saying, you guys, it's not always a bad thing, but because you guys picked this specific deck and it does call the Devil the Liar here, it definitely feels like whatever this message is that you're receiving is helping to push you away from that. Like away from dishonest energy and moving you into a new day. You guys also have autumnal equinox at the bottom, which talks about release. So I do feel for some of you guys that this news is pushing change, which is kind of what I've been saying this whole time, very redundantly, I know. But yeah, there's definitely change ahead. For some of you guys, I feel like this is a work situation, like a career situation that you're getting out of with this good news. Like you're moving away from maybe a bad work environment, a toxic work environment, or just like a situation that you've been stuck in for a long time. We have obsession. Look at this. Focusing too much on one situation, the need to take a break, the need to take a step back. Yeah. So the Devil card, you guys, also talks about obsession. So I also see for some of you guys that when you guys get this good news, there could be a little bit of fixation on it in a way that may not be the healthiest for you. For others of you, there's been some obsession leading up to this news. Like you've been waiting on this news. I think especially if this is about like a love interest or a person, it definitely feels like there's an attachment here. Where you've been really like, it's been really on your mind a lot. Ugh, sorry you guys. Hold on a second. I'm a mess. I've got cards everywhere. All my other decks are falling apart too. All right, let's get one more of these. We also have moving on. Look at this. Endings that bring healthy beginnings. What did I say? Yeah, so you guys are moving away from this, you know, any unhealthy energy here in your life. So whatever you guys are thinking about that could be like an unhealthy thing you need to move on from in your life, that's probably what this message or this news is referring to. Let's continue. Okay. We have past influence. Maybe this news is like about a past influence, or maybe it's coming from a past influence, the liar card, right? Like, and you guys are just like, no. Spiritual awakening. So this news you guys are getting is pushing you into a higher level of awareness about your situation, which is really powerful, because when you're more awake and aware of the situation, that's when you have the power to actually change it and move forward from it. So let's continue. We're going to just get one more oracle card from this deck here, and then we'll close it out with some time frames for you. So we've got sensuality. This says your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Yes, so this good news is definitely bringing in some like really positive, fun energy for you, playful energy coming up. Like it feels like a release, like a breath of fresh air to be letting go of whatever this is. You guys also have good cheer at the bottom of the deck. So definitely good times and good energy coming in with this news. So let's look and see when you guys may potentially hear of this good news. I'm just going to channel a couple time frames here for you. Please keep in mind though that, you know, time frames are going to be a lot of people watching these, so it may not be this specific time frame for all of you. So just take it with a grain of salt. So let's go ahead and see for group 4. Okay, we have August. So August time frame coming up for some of you guys out there, summertime. Yeah, I love this. It feels like just leaving behind the old and welcoming in the new with this positive news. We have delayed. Okay, so that's good to know. So for some of you guys, especially if you've been like manifesting this in, if this is something specific you've been looking for, there might be a little bit of a delay. You know, if you're watching this as I upload it today and you're like, where is it? When am I going to hear back from such and such? I do think that it might just be moving a little slower for whatever reason, especially if this is having to do with a job. I'm getting that for some of you guys because, you know, right now things are really weird in the job market and things are moving slow for people out there from what I hear. So just be patient because August looks like a significant time frame. We also have Monday through Friday here at the bottom of the deck, so that could be significant to some of you. And parting the deck, we also have 1 year from now. So this could be something that comes through a little slower for some of you guys with that 1 year from now. But I feel like that's a select few of you. I do feel like this is pertaining to this current year that you're viewing the video. So pile 4, we are going to go ahead and close it out there, but please drop me a comment. Let me know how this resonates with your life and your situation. What news have you been expecting? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and I'll catch you in a new reading very soon. Bye.